now, from the evidence you guys are developing with photos and surveillance, even though the original pipeline is still very much in legal, a blurry legal situation, they're already building the expansion, because it seems to me they know what's the worst that's going to happen. They're going to be fined. Nobody's going to go to jail, because nobody ever goes to jail from a bank or an oil company.
Right. So we're put in a lot of positions, you know, as Native people. 528 years we have been going through this. Nothing has changed. But yet we are still here with our hand saying, come, sit down and talk with me. Come, I'll feed you. I'll help you. And I don't know how we can change who we are. The young people talked to me a while ago. They came to my house and they said, Grandma, we have this thing inside of us. And I said, well, what is it? He said, we call it the red rage now. And I said, oh, I know. I feel it too. I am doing everything in my power not to let it consume me. But there's this thing that connects us so close to the earth that hurts us so bad when you hurt anything to the earth. And I don't understand it. I don't understand why this grief inside me for the water exists. I don't understand. And I do have a bit of red rage, because I wouldn't be sitting here with a Geoblastoma tumor if Kelsey Warren didn't give the command to spray us with rat poison.
The owner of Energy Transfer Partners, the CEO.
Yes. And so there are, I think, 200 of us dead. It is abnormal to have so many strains of cancer in one tiny spot.
And that's all since the pipeline protests.
It is all since they sprayed us.
Wow.
And it was really good that when they were spraying us, I was standing with somebody with the UN's official investigating, so they sprayed her too.
And there were, I mean, it was never confirmed, but most people at the camp said they were spraying with chemical agents.
We got pictures, documents, medical records. We took samples. We took samples of the dead animals, and there were many. And then, of course, Mr. Miller, who owns a Cannibal Ranch, is now serving terms. He got convicted twice since the closing of the camp for killing animals with rat poison.
Wow.
And the first killing was in 2015 and 2016.
Wow. And can I ask you, obviously, you mentioned you're already at poverty levels there. Then after the No DAPO movement, things got worse. Can you kind of talk about the coronavirus? We know it's ravaging North Dakota, South Dakota right now. You see out west of you, you know, it's devastated other tribes. How has this affected your tribe, Standing Rock Sioux?
So we're in a red zone. I can't leave my house. I could not go to any of my relatives' funerals. And I had 9 now that died. And right now, remember I said this little red rage? I want to throat punch anybody who says anything against masks. Or maybe a little lower. I can't even talk to anybody. And thanks to Josh and everybody, they've kept this whole area. We smudge every day. We isolate. We make everybody wear masks unless they come into the house. We have disinfectant by the door. And if you don't have the food, you don't eat. There have been somebody, I don't know who exactly, has been bringing in some food to Standing Rock, but not everybody gets it, and there's never enough. But they have no emergency plan. So, and there are no beds open in this part of the state.
What I find infuriating, really, and I saw this the other day, I don't know if you did, there's a sheriff in McKenzie County who is refusing the North Dakota governor's mandate for mask wearing, citing the Constitution. Well, I don't know. I was at Standing Rock on and off for 6 months. I was there in 2016 and 2017. The police seemed very, very okay with tossing away the constitutional rights of Native Americans and environmental activists. But now they refuse to wear a mask, citing the Constitution. So it seems to hell with the Constitution for you, but for white people who are crazy and don't want to wear a mask, we have to protect them.
So I seen a sign in Bismarck, North Dakota that said, "Mask up, North Dakota." And I thought, are they talking to me? I finally won. I can mask up again. Oh, we really like the mask up. Like I said, I'm at the throat punching page, so if they don't, sons don't even let them come near my car because I can't even go grocery shopping. The virus.
And I assume you haven't seen I assume you haven't been able to see your grandchildren.
Well, my grandchildren all moved to Hawaii. So, and my great-grandchildren, they're all in Hawaii. They're all safe. And they're all doing really good.
Good.
I'm glad they're not here.
And do you have a message for President-elect Joe Biden, who hasn't really given a firm answer on what he would do about the Dakota Access Pipeline? He's taken a lot of money from banks and oil companies. He says the words that he takes climate change seriously. What's your message to him regarding not just the Dakota Access Pipeline, but actually investing in communities like Standing Rock?
Well, I think we need to first invest in the world. I truly believe we are at the last leg of the buffalo, that there is no more time for chit chat and who's who and who. It is the time for action. We actually have to physically go out and pick up that garbage bag and pick up garbage. And for me, if we change life very simply, we can do it. So a man who is in a position, as we've just went through 4 years, can change things. Biden, you're standing with the first Native woman. You know, our home and our land means so much to us. Do you know that if we sat down and talked to each other and shared history, we could make this land even more beautiful? Do you know if we became friends, we could make a better world for everybody? And I pray that you choose to have an Indigenous person in every one of your committees. That's what I ask, to have a voice.
And lastly, if you don't mind sharing, I think a lot of people need hope right now. Can you share what your doctor told you when they went in for surgery? Because it seems like you are one in a million you had this, what they said was inoperable brain tumor. And what did he find and what did he tell you?
So I have Geoblastoma brain tumor. It's the most aggressive evasive brain tumor, inoperable. And I didn't even know I had anything wrong with me, and I fell down in my house. So they took me to the hospital and took me in. And he said, I should have died. He said, when I woke up, I shouldn't wake up. When I was alive 2 days, they said I shouldn't be here. He said, when he opened my head, the tumor was sitting in the weird stuff. Anyway, so he's able to remove it. And then he was able to remove all the cancer. And so when I woke up talking. So honestly, I woke up talking like 2 hours later, and he said, you shouldn't be talking. And I said, but I talk all the time. And he said, try to rest. We just opened your brain and we took a tumor out. And I was like, okay, but I don't know why I shouldn't talk. Anyway, he said, you're 1 in a million. There is no way you should have survived this surgery. There is no way I should have been able to remove that tumor. He said, you're an anomaly. You're 1 in a million. Don't waste a minute of your life. And I said, I never have. The treatments get me a little, the chemo and radiation, but I'm almost done. And they asked me, well, what? Are you going to die? Heck no, I don't want to die yet. I'm just not taking over the world. Hope. Never once did I feel like anything was going to happen. I knew everything was going to be all right. I also still truly believe in prayer, and all of the people who stood up to pray for me across the world, I give thanks to. But in this time, they gave us this time to change things, to make things better. We have to grab this time. So I think they gave me a bigger mouth to say more stuff, because we have to find a bridge, a thing to stand together. We have to re-identify who we are as people. And they're not going to do it themselves. They have to sit down and they have to talk to each other. So, to Biden, put Indigenous people on your committees. Put the voice out. Don't make us invisible, because we only want what's good for all the people.
Well, thank you so much, as always, LaDonna. Very inspiring. And I think this oil company has a lot to deal with if they're going to continue to have to deal with someone like you. And I look forward, when times are better, I hope to return to Standing Rock and report on what is still actively going on there. So thank you so much.
Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com, where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.